Hey guys, and welcome to a new video regarding Tanki Classic. First of all, thank you for the big support on the first video. I really appreciate it and it helped me out. I wanted to make a follow-up. Before you say anything, I'm not milking it, honestly. I wanted to make a follow-up because some news have emerged and I wanted to give further opinions about them. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, there has been some news in the past few days. And the first one I wanted to touch on is a big one. So according to some Russian sources and the actual developers, this is going to be a permanent project. It won't be an event, it won't be a mode. This will be a separate project and it will coexist with Tanki Online. Another thing allegedly said by the developers is that this might be more based on Tanki Online 2017 rather than 2013 to 15. But there's not much info regarding that, so we will see that in the upcoming days or weeks. Tanki Classic is also apparently in early stages of development, and it looks like Tanki wants to make a big hype chain regarding it. They are also collecting questions on their VK page, which is basically Russian Instagram. Yes, I had to make a VK account. I sacrificed my phone number to get you guys this picture. The last thing I wanted to touch on is that there's actually a test server for this, but it's blocked. So when you go on test.tankiclassic.com, it says 403 forbidden, which means it exists, but it's currently blocked. So there will be a test server for Tanki Classic. I'd predict it to be around either Tanki's birthday in 2025 or Tanker's Day. I think that those two could be release dates if it's coming out next year. Now I wanted to give my opinion on the permanent project thing. Now I already touched on the split player basis thing and I still think that this could be a problem for Tanki Classic and Tanki Online. But I wanted to give a proper example on this. You all know CounterStrike. CounterStrike began as a mod for Half-Life in 1999 and then it became a proper game in 2000. People loved it and it's a cult classic. 4 years later, the first major follow-up for the original Counter-Strike was released and it was called Counter-Strike Source. However, this created a divide in the Counter-Strike community. The casual audience moved on to Counter-Strike Source and its new graphics, while most of the competitive scene stayed on the original Counter-Strike, and there was a massive divide for around 8 years. Doesn't that sound familiar? Remember what Tanki did in 2016. They released Tanki X, a new project that was basically upscaled Tanki Online. It was awesome. In early development, it was intended that the players from Tanki Online transition into Tanki X and have all their items transferred. However, it became apparent that this was not going to be possible. To try to keep both games alive, however, Tanki X was doing worse than Tanki Online, and that prompted Alternativa to shut it down in early 2020. If they had closed Tanki Online, they would lose a significantly bigger audience with many old players, which is why they had to close Tanki X. We find ourselves in a similar situation. However, now it's an older version of Tanki Online being released. I hope they try to do a different approach to Tanki Classic and not make it a carbon copy of old Tanki Online and the illegal copies. They need to give the people that play those copies a reason to play the official Tanki Classic by either shutting down the copies or making something cool. They need to give us a reason to play this and Tanki Online, so one of them doesn't end up like Tanki X. Thanks for watching and comment down your opinion on this video. Bye.